Gibbins, founder and CEO of womensbizglobal, and I invite you to get comfortable and listen in on candid conversations I have with fascinating women from around the globe. Business leaders, entrepreneurs, humanitarians, athletes, and a whole lot of regular people. Tune in as they let their guard down and open up on aspects of their business and life journey, how they measure success, and what they have learned along the way. These conversations aim to inspire you to embrace opportunities and possibilities beyond the limits of your imagination. Reclaim your power, strength, and vulnerability. Stand in your truth and propel yourself towards the life you dream to live. Hello, everybody. Annie here. I'm so excited to have you join us on the podcast today. We are going to have a great time today because we're going to be talking to Ashton Rodenhiser, who is going to talk us through the whole world of doodling and art. And I'm so excited. She's a queen at unleashing creativity in those that she works with, and hopefully us today, because I'm one who just loves the whole concept of being more creative. And I kind of balk at it a little bit, because I was told earlier on in my life that I wasn't creative and how that can stuff you up. Anyway, as the founder of Mind's Eye Creative Consulting, Ashton's passion for helping people articulate their ideas converges beautifully with her creativity, and she's going to help us unpack that. So get armed with your little marker pens if you like. Start doodling even while we're listening in, wherever you're listening on our podcast platforms. If you're watching us on YouTube or LinkedIn Live, it doesn't matter. She's the master of graphic recording and facilitation, which means turning your ideas into captivating visuals that can really transcend the spoken word if you get it right. So welcome to the program, Ashton.
I am so happy to be here. Can you please come with me wherever I go and just pump me up? I'm going to keep you in my pocket when I just need a little. I'm loving the energy, and it makes me feel like I'm a lot fancier than I actually feel most days. So I appreciate it.
Welcome. You're most welcome. So let's dive into this whole world of doodling, which you see as a real hidden power. And I must admit, I often feel a bit nervous if I do a little doodle. I kind of critique myself instantly. But then for other people, it's seen as a very simple act. So let's have a little talk about, can you share more about how you believe doodling transforms simple processes and why you think we should all doodle?
I see doodling as this beautiful stepping stone in our creativity, because we tend not to put a lot of pressure on a doodle, right? If I said to you, doodle something or draw something, which one feels like, oh, maybe I could do that?
Go for
My
the
guess
doodle.
you're going to say is doodle, unless you're an artsy person. And grew up drawing and you draw a lot, maybe you would choose that. But most people who haven't, been infused in their creativity in that way as an adult, then, doodling is a bit more of okay, I can wrap my head around, I can get behind the idea that I could doodle something, right? And the doodle doesn't have to be precious. I also, from a philosophical perspective, drawing doesn't have to be precious. We could talk about that later, but doodling in its own right, you can doodle something and throw it away, and people usually don't feel anything about that, right? Yes. Or there's no pressure to have to capture and draw, doodle something that's, really important, A lot of times we just do it without thinking. And I think that is the way that it's a beautiful stepping stone to other forms of creativity, including using drawing as a thinking tool, right? So doodling has just gotten a lot of definitely a bad rap. It's gotten a lot of negativity. And, people will get caught, or get in trouble for doodling when they were younger, but it's actually doing the opposite of what you got in trouble for. People think doodling is a way to keep you to be a distraction. It's actually doing the opposite. It's actually helping you stay focused, right? There is science
interesting
behind that. It can help you retain up to 29% more information, right?
Yeah.
So the way that I love to work with people around helping them take something like doodling and drawing to help them break down complex ideas, I see doodling is just like a beautiful stepping stone to like other forms and layers of creative expression and ways that we can use creativity to like help us in some way. And my love is around like learning, comprehension, memory retention, and complexity. That's how I like to use doodling and drawing and creativity.
And I think so many people would feel more comfortable with their drawing when they don't have that pressure on them, sketching something out. I know for myself, actually, even when I've been sort of creating, brainstorming business ideas and so forth, I've often sort of sorry about that. We're having some little internet issues here. So often I've gone and sketched it out, and then someone goes and says, "Oh, you could, draw it," and I'm instantly going, "Oh," and it's so funny because it is a drawing. But somewhere in me, there's a divide there. When I felt like I was doodling or just like doing a bit of a sketch, I'm feeling really comfortable. When I felt like I had to make it sort of a bit more perfect or whatever, I instantly went, "Oh no, someone else would have to do that for myself."
Yeah.
Whereas it's so good. I love it when you get the clarity of that, artwork, if you like, rather than all the words that are required. If you're looking at like a mission statement or a vision or a strategic plan, whereas you can kind of go, there's 3 circles, there's 3 areas, and this is how it works, or whatever. So you went from a love of doodling, knowing that people need to do this so much more, but then you decided to create a business, right? You didn't have the formal steps of education, so it was pretty bold. Right?
Just a little bit, yeah.
Out there. Not everyone goes and says, "I'm going to do the whole." Hang on. Sorry about this. We are having so many internet issues. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to just change to a hotspot, and then I can trim this because this is not working. My husband's just gone on